I spent so much time planning this wedding. My students were so excited for me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine her students clowning her? Dang, what happened, Miss Frizzle? Dang, why he canceled the wedding, Miss Frizzle? What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's doing well. Guys, we are back with another email. Hope you guys are okay out there. Black Friday, don't spend too much money, all right? Don't get tricked by those deals. They aren't real. No conspiracy here. All right, guys, we're back with another email. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Let's get into this email. So, subject: she ruined our future, then blamed me for canceling the wedding. So it sounds like you were engaged. Oh, man. Hey, True. My name is Tay, and I'd appreciate it if you kept me anonymous except for that. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. And guys, always let me know. If you don't want me saying your name or full name, let me know like this. I'm 30 years old now, and I'm finally in a place where I can look back on everything that happened without feeling like my chest is caving in. I found your channel a couple months ago, and I've been listening nonstop. Some of these guys' stories hit way too close to home, and honestly, hearing them helped me to get the courage to write in. I guess I want closure, or maybe I just want to get this story out of my system for good. This all started when I was 27 years old. I had just finished my master's program, feeling proud of myself and ready for the next chapter in my life. I wasn't the most experienced guy. Actually, let me be real. I was a late 20s virgin. Nothing wrong with that, man. Don't feel ashamed. I know people will clown me, but it is what it is. The only other woman I'd ever been with was in my high school. She was my girlfriend, and that barely counts. Life just didn't take me down the path where I was hooking up with girls or having a bunch of relationships. I was focused on school, goals, trying to build myself up. I thought saving myself for the right person was something to be proud of, at least until this happened. But even now, I'm not ashamed. It's just part of the story. Anyway, I had just graduated and was back home in Pittsburgh for a bit. One night, I went out with a couple friends to a local lounge. Nothing special. Just trying to celebrate and unwind. While we were walking out of the place, I noticed a woman standing by the patio area, talking to some friends. She had this cute, stunning style. Very feminine, very put together, but not loud or attention-seeking. Conservative but classy, like a woman who knew who she was without trying too hard. Something about her just hit me instantly. Not in a lustful way, but in an I want to know this person way. We wound up making eye contact. I gave a small smile and she smiled back. That's rare for me. I don't usually shoot my shot, but something said, don't walk away. So when she and her friends headed in the same direction as me, I used that moment to say hello. And man, from the second we started talking, I felt like I had known her for years. She was a school teacher, smart, warm, quick-witted. She listened. She was asking thoughtful questions. I loved how intelligent she was. Real intelligence. Not the I read quotes on Instagram kind. The crazy part, we ended up going to Target. I don't even remember how the idea came up. Something about needing to grab a few things. But we ended up walking around that store until closing. Two grown adults talking in the kitchen aisle for an hour about books, childhood memories, and our hopes for the next few years. I found out she was an avid reader like I was. We talked about everything from sci-fi classics to psychology books to our favorite childhood stories. I walked out of Target that night thinking, this is it? This is my person. Guys, you got to put a little more time into it. Like, just when you first meet someone, that honeymoon phase, that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about a person. It takes a long time to really know a person. We started dating shortly after that. And for 2 years, I genuinely believed she was the perfect woman. Not a single red flag, nothing that felt off. She was attentive, affectionate, caring. She encouraged me when I was looking for work after graduating. She complimented my drive. She told me she respected me for staying focused and not being out there with everybody. She even said she liked that I didn't have a past full of drama or exes. She told me she felt safe with me. And like a fool, I thought I found a unicorn. Oh my gosh. If I could have $1 for every time I've heard someone say that in a story, whether it was an email, a story online, I found a unicorn. Oh, I would be so rich. A unicorn? Unicorns don't exist. Unicorns don't exist. I'm sorry. I know people are gonna say that's corny or naive. I get it, and maybe it was, but it's the truth. I really loved her. She felt like the yin to my yang. Calm where I was intense, organized where I was spontaneous, soft-spoken where I was expressive. I stupidly let myself believe everything was right and good. 2 years in, I proposed. She cried, hugged me, and said yes immediately. We called our families, made plans, looked at venues. I put everything I had into prepping for that wedding. She did too, or so I thought. We were splitting the costs fairly, both pouring our time and money into making everything work perfectly. That's why what happened still confuses me, still eats at me sometimes, because she was acting like someone who wanted a future with me. Fast forward to 3 months before the wedding. I remember the next day, I had gotten home before her. She went straight into the shower. Her phone was on the sink, plugged in, and I wasn't snooping. I had never snooped through her stuff, not one time. But while I was washing my hands, a notification popped up. I wish I could say it was something normal, like a text or an email. But no, it was from one of the biggest dating apps out there. You have a new message, it said. Man, my stomach dropped so hard, I felt like I was falling. At first, I honestly thought maybe it was some old profile she forgot to delete. People forget those sometimes, right? But curiosity took over, fear too, and before I knew it, I tapped that notification. What I saw, man, I still picture the chat screen. There she was, talking to some dude, and she was actively planning a date, not talking casually, not harmless flirting. No, she was discussing meeting him in a couple days. He brought up sex, not directly, but strongly implied it. And her replies, she wasn't shutting it down. She wasn't correcting him. She was entertaining it, engaging, smiling through text. She was going to cheat on me. Maybe she already had. To me, cheating starts way before physical contact. The moment you're entertaining someone else, hiding it, setting up dates, you're cheating, period. I stood there staring at the screen, feeling like someone pulled the floor out from under me. The woman I thought was perfect, the woman I planned to marry, the woman I had trusted with every vulnerable part of myself. When she came out of the shower, towel on her head, humming like everything was normal, I confronted her immediately. No buildup, no hesitation. I shoved the phone toward her face and said, "Explain this." She froze. Then she tried gaslighting me. "Oh, Tay, it's fake. Those apps generate fake messages sometimes. It's not real. I wasn't talking to a real person." I laughed in disbelief. The kind of laugh where you're so hurt, you can't even control the sound coming out of your mouth. A fake app? Are you serious? I said, "You think I'm that stupid?" She started crying, begging, scrambling for excuses. But I was done. Something inside me shut off completely. I told her to get the hell out of my house. She looked terrified, like she had never seen me angry before. And honestly, she probably hadn't. I'm a calm guy, a patient guy, but betrayal will turn the gentlest man into something unrecognizable. Before she walked out, I grabbed the ring off her finger. She broke down, full panic mode, saying I couldn't do that we could fix this, that she made a mistake. I did not care. I slammed the door in her face, locked it, and went straight into wedding cancellation mode. I called everyone, family, venues, vendors, everybody. I told them it was over. Good. Salute to you, sir. Yes, sir. The money she contributed to the wedding, I kept it. Every penny. And I don't feel bad. Call it petty. Call it whatever. But she disrespected 2 years of my life. She disrespected our future. She disrespected the man who loved her. She wasn't getting anything back. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But here's where the real story begins. Because she didn't just walk away. No, she made it her mission to make my life hell because, get this, I ruined her big day. Suddenly, I was the villain. She told her family I overreacted and threw away a perfect relationship. She told people I was abusive. Wow. She told mutual acquaintances that I was controlling and insecure. I had never even raised my voice at her before that day. She tried showing up at my house to talk after I blocked her. She'd leave notes on my car. She tried contacting my family members on Facebook, telling them I was going through a mental breakdown. She even tried showing up at my job one day, but security stopped her at the door. I was humiliated. Then came the guilt tripping. I spent so much time planning this wedding. My students were so excited for me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine her students clowning her? Dang, what happened, Miss Frizzle? Dang, why he canceled a wedding, Miss Frizzle? My students were so excited for me. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. It was just a conversation. Nothing happened. You owe me for what you put me through. She even tried to get her brother to come talk to me. But the second I told him I had receipts, screenshots of every message, he backed off quick. 4 months I was dealing with her nonsense. I couldn't relax. Every time I saw a car like hers, my heart sped up. I felt like she just couldn't accept losing the narrative. She wasn't sad about losing me. She was sad about losing the image of being a bride. Ooh, yep, you know it. The wedding mattered more to her than the marriage. I finally threatened legal action if she didn't stop harassing me. That scared her enough to finally back off. Now I'm 30, emotionally healthier, wiser, and I've moved on with my life completely. I'm not bitter. I'm just done accepting less than I deserve. I tell this story for any guy who's in love with the idea of someone, ignoring the reality. Pay attention. Be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to walk away. Thanks for reading this whole thing, true story. I really appreciate you. Tay. Wow. What an email, man. Look, sir, don't be ashamed about who you are. You should never be ashamed about who you are. You're happy with yourself, right? You were 20 something years old and you were still a virgin. Were you beating yourself up about it? It doesn't sound like it. So it's not a big deal. Who cares what anybody else says? Sounds like you still had buddies and friends that were okay with it. Like anybody who shames you, oh, you don't drink? Ew, you're weird. You don't have sex? You're weird. Like, what's good for you? You're happy, so I'm not going to clown you here. I seriously doubt anybody else would, but you never know. I don't think anybody else is gonna clown you like you were a virgin at 27. What a loser! Come on, really? No, you are not a loser. You're doing your thing. You went through grad school. You know, this is something that you wanted to do, and you're doing it. Salute to you. You got to a point to where you feel like you accomplished a lot of what you wanted to accomplish before getting into a relationship, which I think is important for men to do. But you ended up with the wrong woman. You know, she told you that she appreciated that you didn't have a bunch of exes and that you didn't have a bunch of bodies and things like that, but she didn't truly appreciate that. I don't know if you were waiting to marriage or if you guys started getting it in or whatever, but she clearly wasn't on the same page. You know, she had to get it in because she had probably been doing that before she met you. So maybe it would have been better to meet someone who was a virgin like yourself. But not saying like you could have met someone who wasn't a virgin and they would not have done that to you. I'm just saying you met the wrong woman, right? You met the wrong person. I would say continue to focus on yourself. Do what makes you happy. You know, do whatever you want to do. People have written me stories, went through the worst with women, ex-wives, ex-girlfriends, ex-fiancés. And they'd write me back saying, I met someone and I'm happily married. Or they'll send their story in that happened to them years and years ago. And they say, today I'm married already and I married again and I've been married for over 10 years after going through that with my ex and I'm happy. You know, do what makes you happy. Vet very well. As you can see, 2 years isn't even enough, right? Vet. And guys, I don't care if she's your girlfriend. Do not be afraid to snoop. If someone's telling you they're in an exclusive relationship with you and you have an opportunity to go through that phone, it doesn't hurt to take a look. I'm sorry. Call me whatever you want. Because I guarantee you leave your phone anywhere, she's going through it. Especially if it's your wife, dude, that's your phone. That's just me. It doesn't hurt. Like, or hey, babe, let me use your phone real quick. My phone died. If she's tripping, can we just wait for yours to charge? Yeah. Red flag. Let me get out of here, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm gonna catch you guys at the next one.